Oh, we are.
I clicked the button. I don't know why.
We're just not. It's not reached me yet. Normally it has.
Oh.
You know me.
Yeah.
I stress.
Yeah. Well, if nobody got to hear what we were talking about, we were taking a victory lap of Anthony was wrong. Rose and Bernard are still alive. Actually fortified themselves in the community a little bit better.
Yeah.
They might be more alive than they were to start.
Yeah.
So that's tough. That's a tough look for me.
And their marriage is stronger than ever now that they've like talked it out and been like, meh.
Which, like, good on Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a very patient woman.
Yeah.
He was lashing out. He was being a little sassy for someone who was like, the entire time, I got to get back to my wife.
Mm-hmm. And then he was taking her for granted. And he was being really mean to the friends that were trying to help him with his project. When they got over there and he was like, y'all are going to be lugging rocks half a mile and I'm going to draw in the sand.
Yeah,
I was like, I would have started hitting him.
Yeah. You just leave. Just bail.
Yeah.
Look at dude, I'm not doing that.
A lot of them did, I think.
Yeah, that's why he was sitting there by himself. Oh, I do want to do one thing before you take us to the flight. So thank everybody for, listening to our message last week. I was on vacation.
He was.
Sorry that we weren't here.
You're on the beach drinking beers with that baby.
I was, yeah. I had a bottle in one hand and a beer in one hand. It was not a bad life.
Mm-hmm.
But we got
the bottle also had beer for the baby.
He's a good kid. He's going to grow up. I put him to bed and I was like just scrolling through Netflix. When you go to like a rental house that you can only log into your Netflix or whatever it was. So I was watching this movie with Kevin Hart. It's not like a great movie.
Okay.
It's called like Wedding Ringer, where he like pretends to be the best man.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but go on.
It's fine. It's, pandering. It's whatever.
Fun and funny and silly.
One of the groomsmen that he hires for the guy is Hurley. And at the very end of the episode, they get on this eventually the guy leaves the girl that he hired the best man for.
Yeah.
And they use the honeymoon tickets to take the trip with all of his groomsmen. And the last scene of the movie was Hurley going, I have a bad feeling about this fight. Cut. Fade to black.
They always do that. There's a movie that he's in, and I think like a lot of the actors are iconic because they're on Lost, but I think for Hurley, because he was such an iconic character too, it's like twofold. There's a movie he's in that I love called Cooties that's like a horror comedy movie about a zombie outbreak at an elementary school, and it's like the teachers trying to manage a bunch of zombie children, and it's a very funny, silly movie with Elijah Wood and Rainn Wilson. And Jorge Garcia is in it as like the guy who sells mushrooms outside the elementary school, which I don't really remember what relevance that had. But they did something in it where he like was talking about the numbers or something. And I was like, hey, you cast Jorge Garcia, you have to
That's funny.
Do a little Lost about it.
That's funny because the Rainn Wilson thing is kind of interesting because like is Jorge Garcia like getting the Rainn Wilson treatment?
Maybe. And Rainn Wilson had no like Dwight reference. There was no Office reference for him, even though he's iconic in the same way as Dwight. Like
that's what I'm asking. Like, is it one of those things where you can't see Jorge Garcia without seeing Hurley the same way with Rainn Wilson?
Yeah, and that's interesting because it was that way for Jorge Garcia in that movie. Like he played some burnout living in a van outside of an elementary school, but had a Lost reference. And Rainn Wilson was like the douchebag gym teacher. And he was, the antithesis of Dwight, and there was no Dwight reference to it.
I feel like from what I've understood, like reading him and like watching he's like very adamant that he doesn't love being Dwight.
I think I would feel the same.
I saw what do they do, the actors on actors, and he was with Bryan Cranston, and he was like, you're talking about, you are Walter White or whatever, and he was like, how do you handle that? And he was like, I don't handle it. Being Walter White's like the greatest thing ever. People call me Walter White in the street.
I love it.
Yeah, and he's like,
and Rainn Wilson's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Me too, man.
Okay, so last thing, the story gets better. So as soon as that movie finished, everyone's asleep. So I'm like, I'll watch Pitch Perfect 2.
I love the Pitch Perfect films. Go on.
You have enough to drink on the beach and you're sitting around watching TV. You just fall into some stuff.
Of course.
You want something to fall asleep to.
Jacob Wysocki's in Pitch Perfect 1.
Guess who's in Pitch Perfect 2?
Do I not? I don't know. Who? I might remember.
Katie Sagal.
Oh, yeah, she is.
She is Haley Steinfeld's mother. And I was like, what is happening? I watched back-to-back movies at the beach where there were Lost
They're
actors.
everywhere.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Lost is all around us.
All that to say, on our week off, I was not really off. It felt like
you were lost and all over the place.
It was finding me. It was finding me. Oh,
Wow.
I have one more movie.
Okay.
The last thing.
No, please.
Yeah. I was watching this movie, and this character came on screen, and he was saying, "Hit it."
We are flying through the air to Sydney, where we're gonna go see some fucking bald faith healer.
Yeah.
I figure I'll talk to him about my sleep paralysis, and we'll see if he can lay on hands or whatever it is that a faith healer does to. We'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
We're flying, so put on your. Well, actually, we stopped ascending, so you can. We're still flying. Nobody panic. We're still flying, but we've stopped ascending, so you can take off your seatbelt and go potty or whatever.
Make your way around the cabin.
Yeah, make your way around the cabin. Dance if you want to.
Don't dance. There's other people on
Go to the
plane.
bathroom together. Do whatever you want to do. And we'll have a safe, great flight. And I'll see you when we get there. Love you guys. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to Flight 815. I'm Shelby.
I'm Anthony.
And today we're talking about the 20th, the 19th?
19th.
Yes, 19th episode of season 2, S.O.S, which was a Rose and Bernard episode. In it, we finally got some backstory for Rose and Bernard, and they were like very cute, late in life meet cute and marriage. And them Bernard struggling to try and find a way to cure Rose's cancer. You're being a nuisance.
This is a professional operation, Zoe.
This is a podcast studio.
Zoe is snacking over here.
She's snacking all over the place.
Just eat one at a time. Don't eat 10.
I'm so sorry. Zoe, you snack as much as you want to. That's your right.
We support snacking, just one at a time.
Just make it a little more professional for us. I love podcasting.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going.
So that's what they're doing.
The Outback.
Yeah, and they go to the Outback to meet with Isaac, a faith healer, who tells Rose that there are places on Earth that can heal people, and that's what this place that he has established does. But that he can't heal Rose with his place, and that she needs another place. And she's like, "Well, what other place?" And he goes, "Fuck if I know. Good luck." And they leave. And on the island, Bernard is going a little bit stir crazy. About how everyone is kind of just acclimating to island life and no one is really focusing on rescue efforts anymore. And so he starts trying to put together a big old SOS sign out of rocks on the beach and is kind of a dick to a bunch of people about it. And then he talks to Rose, and Rose is like, Isaac didn't. Oh, and she told him that Isaac, the faith healer in the flashbacks, healed her cancer when he didn't. And she also told him to keep the $10,000 that Bernard had given him, which I don't know their finances, but goodness. Just to prove a point, it's whatever. Anyway, she tells him that he healed her. He didn't. They crash on the island. The island heals her. And on Island Side this episode, she came clean about that too and was like, I lied. It was the island. Can we stay? And Bernard, without question, is like, of course. And that's what you missed on Glee.
Do we miss anything with Jack going to see the others?
Yeah, that was the sort of B plot, was that Jack was like, I'm going to go to the freaking line.
Prisoner exchange.
Yeah, and try to trade Henry Gale for Walt. And
yeah.
Not much really came of that. And he tried.
No.
And then he got stuck in a net with Kate and did some flirting. He didn't even bring Henry with him, which I guess they were going to make the initial negotiations. That's one thing. But
I guess. Yeah.
If I was going to try to trade a prisoner, I'd be dragging him. They've got plenty of rope, clearly. They've shown that.
If we are going to exchange a prisoner too, I wouldn't take the most emotionally reactive person that we have on the island to do it.
Wow.
I mean, I do think Jack's idea was great, but
he's not the guy who needs to be doing that.
He's kind of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe this is not the guy that we want negotiating.
Who should he have sent?
He did say he asked Saeed first.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that would be, I would say Saeed. Locke has Locke has too much emotional tie to Henry.
Yeah.
Too much tie to Saeed. It's I'm gonna dance around it and make it a long explanation.
Also a little bit of a loose cannon when it comes to Henry, though. He tried to shoot him like 2 episodes ago.
He did. I think he's just sick of being lied to.
Yeah,
I think,
that's fair.
Yeah, and there's something that he's still again not gonna have any time to like mourn Shannon. It's just we're moving on.
We're too busy. We've got too much going on.
Yeah.
Who? Shannon, who?
Yeah.
But my thing is, and this is not for you, unfortunately. I guess it will be for you, and you might be able to get something out of it. But this is primarily for the listeners.
Do you want me to look at the camera while you do it? Or are you talking to them?
I don't care. I don't care. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Little Anthony. Okay. Frogurt in this episode mentioned twice. And so all episode, I was like, where's Frogurt? Not seen. They didn't show him. I was duped. I was tricked. And then the second time they said Frogurt, it was Bernard going, where's Frogurt? And that's what I was saying, dog.
It's a great nickname. It's one of the better ones.
He sells frozen yogurt. His name is Neil.
Yeah, I mean, but he went through all those names and all those different people, and at some point I just gave up. I was like, I'm not going to be able to keep track of all this.
None of them matter. Frogurt, I'll be honest with you, doesn't matter. But he's like one of those supernumerary guys who shows up every now and then, like Scott and Steve, or like that hypochondriac that looked kind of like old Milo Thatch. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Okay, so Frogurt is something we'll hear again.
Yeah, he'll show up sometime.
I kind of love that.
He's kind of funny. He was in, the actor who plays him is the guy from The People Under the Stairs. Have you seen that movie?
I don't think I have. Sorry.
He was in it. It's okay. He's in a lot of stuff. You might recognize him from something else.
I probably would if we pulled up a picture.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, there was... Okay, so this episode had a little bit of... When we started it, I thought it was going to be very island side.
Yeah.
Because it was like back and forth really quick. I was like, okay, all right, Rose and Bernard, but we're going to do some island stuff too. Then it slowed down the island stuff. I thought it was like very heavy early and then kind of gradually got slower towards the end, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because they immediately start with like Locke, they start with Jack, they start with the prisoner negotiation, the prisoner exchange. Then all of a sudden... Yeah, why would I know who that is?
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in everything.
He's been in a ton of like little stuff. He might have been in Community.
I think he was in Community. Remember. I've been watching another. I watched the worst. This is the only show that I think can take up any space in my mind. You know, when you watch a show and you have to mentally engage with it. Does that mean I don't have a ton of time to do that.
Sure.
So this is the only time I'm doing that. And the rest of it is kind of like background shows. And there's a show called Superstore. He's in Superstore.
I like Superstore. I don't think I watched all of Superstore.
Love
but I watched
Superstore.
a little bit of it.
Yep. Yeah. Fun fact, my wife and I were in Hawaii like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And we have this like thing where we watch TV shows on the plane, in the car, and we're doing all this stuff. And Superstore was like the theme of that trip.
Yeah.
And they talk about him. He was a creepy Sal. Is what they call him. He's like a real, like, just guttural, creepy dude.
We just got a comment from Kendo the Friendo 24 that says, I think he was in Superstore as well.
Yeah, thank you, Kendo.
Isn't he the one who ends up dying in the wall?
He dies, because he was
That's great. I don't think I got that far, but that's excellent.
He was like cutting a hole in the women's bathroom. He was hiding behind the wall. And then,
he was a pervert.
Yeah, he gets stuck, and they call him Creepy Sal. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sure he's a great actor. I hate the fact
he plays a lot of perverts, though, just because, you look a certain way, you get a certain kind of roles. I'm sure he's a great guy. He was in The People Under the Stairs is a very weird and creepy movie, and he's very weird and creepy in that too.
That's a whole separate episode that we could do about he's probably built a great life, living in a good home with his family, and then
Let's get him on the phone.
Every time they turn the TV on, he's the guy cutting holes in the women's bathroom. Dad, can you do something else, please? Mm-hmm. All right, okay, so he is Frogurt.
And I'm ready for him to be here. Henry Henry doesn't say much this episode, but what he does say is when Jack is in there with him and is like, I'm going to dress your wound. And he goes in and does that. And he's like, and I'm going to trade you to the others for Walt. And Henry goes, they're not going to give you Walt, dude. Do you think that's the truth?
He knows Walt.
Well, yeah.
He knows.
It seems like it.
It seems like it. He knows Walt. Yeah, he definitely knows.
Is he lying? That's the thing with Henry. I feel like everything he says, I have to be like, lie or truth.
This one, no. And the only reason I say that Henry was not lying in this specific exchange when he says they're not going to give you Walt is because every time he's lying, he is a mile a minute. His mouth does not stop moving. And this is one of the true exceptions that I've seen so far where he is not saying anything. And it feels like it gives more gravitas and more impactfulness to when he speaks. He might be telling the truth. I think that I believe him in this instance because every other time he's, it's all lies.
And it's all garbage.
He was willing to be silent until he spoke. And we talked about a few weeks ago, like Henry talking is his superpower. That kind of also applies to when he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a scenario where he is telling the truth. You said that he didn't say a lot.
Not verbally so much.
When Locke was banging on that door and he smiled, I felt like
he said 100 words.
I felt like you said a lot during that exchange.
He was so happy about it.
I thought about you the whole time. I was like, Shelby's frothing at the mouth. She's loving this.
I was, and I am, and that's exactly how it feels. His little rodent smile.
It is a rodent smile. What is that?
Mischievous. He's on to something. He loves that Locke is banging on that door and wanting to talk to him, and he loves that he has the power to not respond and to make Locke feel crazier. And
see, like I said, I thought he said a lot.
He did. He did.
A rodent smile. That's really good. Because I feel like it's very interesting. Like Sawyer has a mischievous smile.
Yeah, but it's like a smirk.
Rodent is perfect.
No, that's Henry.
Yeah, it's really good.
His little mouse smile.
It's really good.
Yeah, I love it.
I feels like more rat. Mice are a little cuter. You're not as mad at mice.
Yeah.
See a rat, they might be taking over the whole place. Feels like Henry might be taking up the whole place.
Who could say?
He's got his little rat teeth and everything.
Stop, but yes.
No. I'm here for it. I love it. It's good for me.
He's so cool.
I like seeing a little bit of a chink in Locke's armor too.
Yeah.
And I love John Locke. It's just I like seeing a chink in his armor.
And I've beaten this horse to death. Locke is everything. He's one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. But that's why I like Henry so much, is that Henry gets under Locke's skin in a way that nobody else does. And it's good to see Locke losing it over something and failing. And that's what happens when he's against Henry often.
Yeah. Yeah. Locke failing it's compelling. It's not my favorite, but it's compelling.
Right.
I'm not rooting for that. It's not something that I'm excited to see. But man, I can't take my eyes off the screen when it's happening.
Right.
I'm still very into it. And I feel like there's going to be, with all of these characters, and as long as we've done this, and as long as we're planning on doing this, there's going to be a lot of times where I am not happy with what's happening on screen, but I'm still excited to watch it. You know what I mean? Like I get stuck with
the narrative.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's going to be an interesting thing, I think, for me going forward, is when this person was who they were the idea of who I thought they were, and then they change, and then it pisses me off, but I can't look away, and then you can hate watch a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You're fun though. Don't cut away.
There's some hate watching coming very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
For who?
Who could say? There's certainly a few names I could say.
It's gonna be Locke.
For different reasons.
Locke's one. Okay, I don't want to go into my second one. My first note is where's Michael? And then they answered that 48.
He fell out of the jungle.
Yeah, 48 minutes later, they answered that question. I feel like he's gonna come in hot. He always comes in hot.
Yeah, and he already was. He showed up and was obviously on a mission, falling out of the jungle the way he was. Obviously had some kind of goal.
I just feel like every time that Michael comes in, he's in a good way reacting boldly, but also in a bad way reacting boldly.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's coming in after, what's it been, 2 weeks?
A while.
He's missed a lot, and I feel like he's going to come in with whatever he's experienced, and he's not going to listen to anybody, and he is going to be a little bit of an agent of chaos. And he's not going to, he's like, no, I need more. I'm going back. And then there's going to be all of that going on. I feel like I'm going to be mad at him for not chilling out, listen for a second.
Yeah.
Like, you went in by yourself. Everyone told you not to do that. You went through this whole thing. Be easy. I get it. I mean, I get it. But be easy. You know, does that make sense? Like, I feel like I'm going to hate watch whatever Michael does next.
Maybe. Who can say?
I'm starting to pick up on your little your camera looks. The camera looks.
Who can say?
Yeah, who can say?
I have no idea. Do you have a small victory lap to run?
Do I? Honestly, I don't know because my whole thing was Rose and Bernard were dying.
That's not one, but I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like this episode was like the confirmation of the fact that Echo and Charlie are building a church.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
guessed that
yeah.
a few episodes ago.
Never mind. Yeah. Big note, all caps. Yeah, I knew they were building a church.
Yeah, and they
come
were.
on.
They are.
We're
gonna build a little church together.
What's the rest of the song? That was good.
Oh God, I get it. I get a handful of nails and a something.
In
It's
a
from Red Dead
2x4.
Redemption 2.
I don't know it.
It's from a video game.
Oh, I thought you were making it up. I was trying to help you along the way.
It's like you have to build a house in this video game after like the most horrific tragedy you can imagine, and you're probably still crying from that cutscene that you just played, and then it gets to you building a house, and you're like, it's like, here we're gonna build a little house together, and you're just like hitting nails.
Pitiful. No.
Everyone should play Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's what you're talking about?
Yes.
I didn't know. You know, I guess.
You would love it. You're a cowboy guy.
Yeah, it's been a long time, though. I played it long time ago. I don't remember much of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did get the Switch, so I'm back into maybe a gaming
He's
era.
a gamer boy again.
Yeah.
I'll send you some rags.
Thank you. I did enjoy Charlie and Echo's thing.
Yeah. They're
is
buddies now. They're friends.
It's because he just always has something to say and Echo says nothing. And it makes it more fun that way. Like the lack of dialogue, the lack of back and forth makes it more enjoyable. Why did I enjoy Echo and Charlie?
I think they just have like a really fun little partnership. I think that it's almost like Charlie is his like little deacon or something, like his altar boy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some sort of assistantship in the church to Echo's priest, and they have a cute little dynamic like that. And the part where Bernard was being a dick to Echo in the first place and was like, I liked you better when you hit people with sticks. And I'm sitting in front of the TV like, that's what Echo hated about himself. That's what he didn't ever want to do again. But then Charlie goes, I like you just the way you are, Echo. I was like, kind of halfway like kiss ass and halfway like, oh, I'm glad Charlie has a friend.
Yeah, and I kind of, it was weird. he had like this window of heel turn, Bernard did, because I kind of loved what he said walking up.
Yeah.
You know, roommates for 45 days, you don't write or call. I was like, that's pretty fun.
I thought that was great. And I love
Pretty
it when
good.
the show references back to like previous partnerships and stuff that we've had. Because there's a lot of situations where a certain group of characters will be together or teamed up for a little while. And then we'll just be kind of thrown back into the mass of characters to have a partnership with somebody else or to have a solo storyline or whatever. And it's nice to have the show look back and go, oh, do you remember when it was like just these two and Ana Lucia and...
See, I would have forgot.
The Losties that they kidnapped. Yeah.
I would have forgot entirely. If he didn't say that, like, we roomed together for 45 or 45 days and you don't write or call, I would have forgot completely that Echo and Bernard had any sort of... And honestly, Libby would have been...
And Libby. I forgot Libby just now.
If Echo would have talked to Libby, I'd be like, man, this is weird. They don't know each other at all, except they've been together for a month and a half.
Right.
I would have forgot entirely. So I was glad that they did that a little bit because it did remind me that Echo's his own orbit for me right now. He's just kind of his own orbit. He's doing his own thing, which
he rules.
On an island full of people who act like they want their own orbit, they're constantly drawing people in. Mm-hmm. He is just doing what he feels like he needs to do because he doesn't need anybody else there. He's just, if Charlie wasn't there, he'd still be doing what he's doing.
Right.
Charlie's not going to be building that church if Echo's not there. And, it's just everybody has somebody else that they have to pull in.
Yeah.
Echo doesn't have to do that, and he's still so interesting to watch.
Charlie helping Echo build the church is not helping Echo. It's helping Charlie.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Come on.
like he would not.
You can
Echo would be fine to build the church on his own, but it's helping Charlie to have like a mission and an outlet and something to do so that he's not sitting around going, I've got 30 statues full of heroin in a box in the woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really good. Come on. That's
I love to watch TV.
Can I add one?
Please.
Does Charlie doing that help Echo feel like he's back on mission?
Oh, yeah.
Helping somebody else?
It helps Echo to just help somebody. Yeah.
Because that's probably why he got in. That's why he got into it in the first place. That's why he became a priest in the first place, is to
like atone,
to bring people in, and he is back on mission. He is the fisher of men, and giving people purpose is why he became a priest and why he got involved in the church. And it's doing a little bit of the same thing for Echo to have somebody there.
And it helps Echo to help people, not to fix people, which I think is an important distinction on this show. Because what Jack needs is to fix people. And a lot of times that's damaging to himself and to whoever he's trying to fix sometimes. But Echo is not interested in fixing people. He's just interested in helping them.
Ew. What an interesting point. You kind of blew my mind. First off, I don't know if you can see this on camera. Shelby has like the coolest stance of all time.
I'm just
and she was like giving me a point. But everybody else is trying to fix people.
Yeah.
And not even maybe fix people, but like change people. Jack wants Kate to change.
Yeah.
Kate wants to change herself. She wants to change Sawyer. She's like very interested in how Sawyer can become who he's met his full potential.
Right.
Right. So everybody, even if you're not trying to fix people, you're trying to change somebody.
Yeah.
And Locke is trying to change people to whatever his narrative. He wants to bring people into his line of view.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's not going to allow people to be who they are. They can be who they are if it aligns with what John Locke is doing. Echo just wants to help. Saeed's got a little bit of just the help in him.
Saeed
Except he might kill you if you turn your back or do something wrong.
Yeah. Saeed, I think, is an interesting case because he's probably the most pragmatic character. Like, he's the most focused on, this is what needs to be done, and so I'm going to do it, rather than getting caught up. And I think the most caught up he's been into any kind of interpersonal thing is obviously Shannon, but I don't think that there's anything else like that comes close. He's not getting into any petty squabbles, or he fought Sawyer for calling him racist epithets, but that's that's kind of a separate horse.
There are like planners and there are doers, and I think sometimes that can apply to not just like planning a situation, but like planning kind of what you want. And there's like doing physical work. And then there's just like what Saeed does. He does what is required in the moment, if that makes any sense. Like Saeed just does.
He does.
He does. And you have to have people like that. He's not planning out. There's no long scheme, con. There's nothing else going on. He's just doing what he decided in that moment he's got to do.
That's true.
What are you laughing at, me or a comment?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm laughing at how right you are. I'm smiling. I'm happy.
I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
You are. I'm trying to think of I like that Otis Redding song.
I do too.
That was
it's
good.
So good.
That was good. And I love that kind of like the record player in the hatch kind of taking the place of Hurley's Walkman, because we had a lot of episode endings, and it wasn't actually the ending. It was like kind of, there was a little bit more after it this time, but there was a string of time where we had a lot of episodes ending with Hurley playing a song on his Walkman and everyone kind of doing their own thing to that music. We haven't had that in a while, and it was nice to have it this time.
It was really
Otis Redding on the record player, and everyone.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan. Like, my dad grew up listening to Motown, so that all kind of resonated with me. And there's like, I don't know if it's like his voice, like Otis Redding's voice. There's like a certain amount of hope.
Yeah.
And like optimism. And even if he's singing the saddest song in the history of the world, it just feels like, I was excited to see. And then they kind of fade cut to bonding with all the people. And you kind of feel like, the island's vibing. Things are good. So next episode, I imagine, is going to be a disaster. Right? It was all,
Maybe, or maybe it'll all be fun and fine, and nothing will happen, and it'll just be like a filler episode.
yeah.
No, I love music of that era. I love Otis Redding. I'm a huge Sinatra guy.
Yeah.
And like that kind of like big sound.
Well, I keep wanting to say
Gets
Etta
me
James. What was the song that the band played at? Okay, I have like 10 things now. Sorry.
10.
At the green screen Niagara Falls proposal.
What?
Rose and Bernard.
Yes. Yes.
Is that a green screen?
Yes.
Okay, of course it was.
I thought you said Green Niagara. Like
Green
that was a
screen.
company.
Sorry. No, sorry.
No, that was. Don't apologize. That was all me being.
Was that Etta James? I don't know who it was.
It was The Right Girl for Me by Roger Eden.
Roger Eden. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't. Jeez, sorry.
No,
My mind's in a
good.
different place, but
I didn't know. I'm reading.
love that song, and then again, green screen.
Oh yeah,
And-
and through the window too. Which
Are we gonna get a hold of these like terrible proposals at any point? I mean, come on. We are
one
striking out, team.
this one
Come
was
on, team.
especially like I understand that Bernard was nervous about proposing.
Not even paying attention to her. It seems like the worst thing to do.
But he was like completely ignoring whatever she was saying. Like, yeah, no, I hope the violinist shows up. Golly.
It was like, okay, let's imagine I'm gonna propose to you. Okay. Just say something to me.
So anyway, I love
Shut up.
Lost and
What?
right.
Why would you ever do it? He was basically like,
insane.
Rose, shut up for a second. Shut up for a
Hey,
second.
come here with the strings.
That's what I was like, dude. You gotta lock in for a second. Pay attention, man.
It's crazy. Kendo the Friendo says the Impossible Restaurant, and I think that's also true. Like it's a shot of Niagara that there couldn't be a building there.
How
you
could
know
it?
what I mean?
It's
like,
crazy.
Because the waterfall's over here.
Were they in Canada?
I've not been.
Yeah, were they in Canada? They seemed like on the north side. I have
I
no
don't
idea
know.
how they got there.
I
It's
don't
crazy.
know anything. I don't know enough about Niagara Falls.
And
to
it's funny,
contribute.
you can tell a little bit how like chroma key and like ultra key and green screens have come a long way.
Yeah.
Whenever they cut to somebody who's in a green screen room, you can see a little bit of like fog around the side of their head where like, you know, they hadn't really mastered the like keen on the like green screen quite yet. It's kind
so
of funny to watch.
And they keep doing it. And I get why. It's 2005. But
Yeah.
it's just, it cracks. Nothing I think will be as good as Saeed standing in a Creed music video that's supposed to represent the Arabian Peninsula. But it's always fun.
Okay, speaking of the TVs that I watched on vacation last week,
Yeah.
they were Roku. And
I've got one.
You talked about Roku City when they did Soul in
Yeah.
the Jen and Sun episode. I was like,
Did you get to see Roku City?
every single time that it came
Yeah.
up, I was like,
I would hate to live there.
okay, so I really didn't leave Lost last week.
No.
I was watching Roku City. I'm watching Katie Seagal in Pitch Perfect. I'm watching Hurley in a Kevin Hart movie that I hated. You know, Josh Gad. It was awful, but yeah. So I never
Yeah.
really left.
So I never really left. I was watching some shit that sucked and that I hated it.
It did because I can't just I put my son to bed. You know, it'd be a good time to binge watch 3 episodes of Lost
Well,
at the
can't.
beach when the family's asleep. I could
Yeah.
binge, but I can't do that. So I'm like, I've already watched this week's episode. What am I gonna watch?
right.
What am I gonna watch? Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. You should start watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, okay. Hey, if you're listening to the show, get in the comments. Send me what I can watch. Send Anthony
I've already told you.
recommendations.
You can watch all seasons available about the trials and tribulations of the Joestar family.
And what was the Michael show?
From on
Okay.
MGM.
I feel like that's kind of up there. I feel like I need to watch
Yeah.
that one.
I want to get back to it. I watched the first season and really liked it, but again, like I don't have MGM Plus. I bet I can find a way to
Oh yeah.
sail the seas
It-
and find it.
We're 2026 though. We're Hulu now.
Oh yeah, it's Netflix is over. Netflix is done.
Done.
It's Hulu now. Hulu or nothing. You know why? Netflix has begged for a sweet release of Death by My Blade by removing Lost.
Yeah.
And the only thing keeping me from a gentleman's duel between myself and
What's a gentleman's duel?
we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
The only thing keeping me from getting into into a gentleman's duel with Greg Peters, CEO of Netflix,
GB,
is the fact that Hulu has it readily available for me. There are two. Ted Sarandos, you too. Watch it.
Watch it. Jeez.
Not really. No. Please don't show up. At
Everything's
my house.
fine. We support you guys. That's fine.
And we love it. We love it. I do watch other things on. That's where you're gonna watch JoJo.
Yeah. Okay.
Netflix.
Right, so we're back in.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry. Just kidding. A gentleman's duel is like there are rules. Like typically when you are talking about a gentleman's duel, it's like a pistol duel from the turn of the century where
Aaron Burr style.
Yeah, like that. But there were also gentleman's duels with rapiers and stuff before that, and you know, the Wild West, High Noon.
I'm glad we didn't get in. We don't have to do that with Netflix.
I think that would be good.
We're still in. Okay, we will unpack that towards the end of the episode. We will unpack that later.
I think I was meant to be a knight. Okay.
Oh, I have Kate being nosy. Got them snatched up.
It did. And he was going, don't pick up that doll. Don't pick up that doll. She said, I love picking up dolls.
Oh, isn't there like a phrase about curiosity and a cat? Isn't there a whole thing about that? Gee, she did it again. We always talk about like Kate just sticking her nose.
She does.
Yeah.
But this time it got her and Jack into a like sexually tense situation, which I'm sure is great for both of them. They were making me nervous as hell wrangling that gun around inside the net, though. That was, and I understand, obviously, they needed it to shoot the rope and get out, but you cannot keep proper trigger discipline when you're shimmying it between your bodies like this. Please, please, please. Somebody's going to shoot their testicle.
You lost me a little continuity, too, when Jack's the one who makes the shot. Kate should make the shot.
I was like,
was he a doctor and a friggin' marksman? Was he a marksman too?
Yeah.
No, pass.
They definitely wanted to make Jack seem cooler and the leader and Red Ranger him a little bit.
They did Red Ranger. They did. Come on. Do we really think?
I love how much Anthony appreciates my turns of phrase. That.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. As much as I've watched the show, Kate saves Jack.
Yeah.
Basically, any scenario you can lay out, unless she is on an operating table, Kate saves Jack. Jack doesn't save Kate.
That's true.
And we have done this entire season and a half of her being a great tracker and an outdoorsman and all this kind of stuff. And Jack, first shot in a dangling contraption, nails the shot over Kate after she misses.
I know.
Nah.
Mary Sue over here.
And I like Jack. I'm actually starting to turn a little bit of a quarter. Kate's the alpha there.
Hey, Kate's the alpha.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
No, I'm there. Come on.
That's just so true.
Freaking whiffs by 10 feet, and then he's like...
Yeah, Kendo the Friendo said she was off by a lot, too. And that's right. Like
10 feet.
If you're going to have her miss the first time and get it the second time instead of have Jack get it, that's fine. But... have her get a little closer. She's badass. She's a convict.
She is badass.
Yeah. And she's the alpha.
Jack, as much as he is like constantly trying to be badass, standing in the rain screaming, I'm here. I know you hear me. He's not badass.
No.
He's not done anything. He's a great doctor. And I support him as a physician.
Yeah.
Kate's a badass.
If someone needs spinal surgery, he's the first guy I'll call, right?
Kate's a badass. Saeed's a badass.
Yeah.
Locke's a badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Russo's a badass.
True.
And I know this is not the most popular opinion. Anna Lucia might be a badass.
She's a badass.
Not a great dude.
She's a badass.
Badass.
Jen's a badass.
Jen's a badass. Jack ain't it.
No.
Sawyer ain't it.
No.
You know, so what are we doing?
Sawyer posits himself, like postures as a badass, but he's not.
I think Jack does the same.
And he does. Yeah, he does. But he does like to compete with Sawyer more than anything else, I think, which is very funny because they're just two.
Yeah, yeah, whatever the
Omegas.
word. Yeah, I was gonna use the B, but yeah, whatever the word is. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
continuity error there. That
right,
Jack
silly.
is the one who gets them out of that situation.
Yeah.
No, it's Kate. No, she saves him
Kate.
every single time. But okay, because I was thinking about you when Jack comes out and he's like, "I'm going to the beach," or "I'm going to the forest." What does Kate always say?
I'm coming with you.
She didn't say it. No. I was like waiting for her to say it.
He asked her to come with him, and she was like, yeah, I guess. But she didn't say it. She's over him. She's not over him, but she's like pissed at him because he's been cutting her out.
He freaking invited her. I thought she was going to say, I'm coming with you. And I was like,
I know.
I had my pen right
ready.
here. I had my pen. I was like,
Not this time.
Nope.
Maybe next time. Not this time. Oh, frick. I had something else really good to say.
What are the numbers? 4, 5, 15, 16, 23? What are the numbers?
4, 8,
4,
15,
8, 4, 8.
16,
Okay.
23, 42.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, they did a lot of 3s and 5s this episode. And I kept
Yeah.
writing them down. I was like, I don't think it's 3 or 5. 4, 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do understand Jack's reasoning for like being like, oh, they're watching us, so of course they'll see that we're going to the line. But it was hilarious. I showed up at the line like they hang out there. Like that's where they live, ready to stop them. Because he just showed up there and was like, I'm here. Who's there? Probably nobody, dog. What are you talking about?
The whole time I thought like they were going to show up
Yeah.
and be like, okay, you can have them.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, whatever. We don't care about Henry.
Yeah, like I don't know. And like let's operate under the assumption that the others do have costumes that Kate finally told Jack about.
Yeah.
Let's operate. They have this massive operation that they got Walt. They had Aaron. Like this is maybe a bigger operation than you think. What's Jack gonna do? What are we doing?
What's the plan beyond?
What are we
Hey, I've got Henry.
What are we
give
doing?
me the child.
They're just gonna be sitting there waiting for him,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna be intimidated by him. They're gonna be strong armed by Jack.
By Jack Shepherd.
Come
Right.
on, haven't we? Come on, no, kill him dead. Bring him here. You can kill him here. We don't care.
He hasn't had his moment.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like,
Yes. Have you watched The Walking Dead?
No,
I'm gonna.
that's next for us.
I don't want to spoil anything about Jack's story, so I'm going to use Rick Grimes' story just for a second with you, just because it's another like leading man role. Rick Grimes at the beginning of Walking Dead kind of feels like that. Like he doesn't suck. He's like a cop who's trying to find his family. Like you root for him, but there are points where you're like, nobody's going to be scared of this skinny British man doing a fake Southern accent. You know what I mean? And then there is a point that hits where Rick Grimes does some shit. And that at that point, you're like, he's the man. And that's why he's top dog in this show. And that's why we're rooting for him. That's why he's the protagonist. That's why he's the hero. Jack hasn't really had that kind of moment yet if he's going to. You know what I mean? And so he's had little moments where you're like, he's had leadership moments. The moment where he stands in front of the rest of the full frontals at the beach and is like, we have to learn how to live together or we're going to die alone, I think is a great Jack moment. But it's not a badass Jack moment. We haven't had anything like that. And so it's hard to believe that he's going to strong arm anybody into anything.
Yeah. And that's actually a really good reference because it does kind of change my tone about Jack a little bit, because despite whatever flaws or whatever non-badassery that he has, his only thing really truly has been to protect his family, his island family. Wow. He's doing this because he is trying to protect his own. He wants Walt back. So yeah, his actions are not my favorite. I think he's a little bit controlling. I think I could name 10 things. He is putting the island family first.
Yes.
Everything that he's doing is for the reason to protect his own.
Yes.
And he hasn't had a chance to win me over that way, but you're right. Like,
but he needs his, and Walking Dead people will understand what I mean. He needs his bring me the red machete moment.
Yeah.
And then that's going to...
No, that's good.
If that happens for him, then we'll respect him more as like a badass hero, but it's just hard to right now.
Yeah, because I do respect him as a leader.
Yeah.
I do think he's like a motivational leader, right? And then there's like a leader from the back, which I think he's been a great leader from the back. The person in the back telling everyone where to go.
Yes.
And there's a leader from the front showing everyone how to do it. I don't feel like he's the leader at the front yet. Or we haven't seen the moment where like, let's send him. He's the one who's going to be able to do it.
Right.
Yeah, sign me up though. But he's doing it for the right reasons.
Exactly.
And I feel like I've been harsh on him.
And you should be. I want you to be harsh on characters that deserve that harshness as that comes across. But I'm very excited for you to see more of Jack's story without giving
I am
anything
too.
away.
I am too,
I
though.
really do think it's a great arc throughout all 6 seasons that I'm excited to get deeper into. I loved John Locke and Rose Nadler sitting on the beach talking about how the island has healed them.
Yeah.
But like kind of vaguely, kind
Saw
of
that.
coolly.
I feel like I saw that coming.
Rose is like, it's not going to take that long. You know what this place does. We know what this place does better than anybody else.
I thought somebody else would have recognized him from the plane at this point.
Yeah.
But he got on the front. Everybody was on the back.
But
like, do they put...
I think that's on purpose. I think that the idea you're supposed to think of is the idea of disabled people being invisible. Like averting your eyes when you see someone who's visibly disabled because... You don't want to make them feel uncomfortable by staring, or you are a little uncomfortable around it. I think that a lot of people will avert their eyes from somebody in a wheelchair a lot of the time, unless it's someone that they know. But Rose dying and handed her pills by this guy is going to notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she has a little bit more empathy or awareness of that. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this sounds bad because I had this like whole thought. Her hair is much longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's a radiation deal, so her hair would grow back either way, right? Don't people lose their hair through through treatment?
Through chemo, yeah.
Yeah, so if she hasn't had treatments or chemo in a long time, then that would be the reason for that. But I was thinking, like, as the episode kept going, I kept thinking, she's healed too. But my thought was incorrect about the hair, but
I mean, it could be. I don't know that she was still doing any kind of, because when she marries Bernard, she's like, I'm done trying. I've got about a year left. I'm doing what
try
I
for me.
do. Yeah.
Try for me. Yeah. So, I feel like we were always going there.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see their little moment, especially in the spot that Rose sat on the beach.
Yes. It was her special, like, pouty spot.
And I kind of enjoyed, after that interaction, they cut to the healer's office and all the crutches are hanging from the ceiling.
I thought that was scary a little bit. The way that the room was lit and all of the crutches and wheelchairs hanging from the ceiling and off the wall and the canes, it felt...
It's not inviting.
It's
not inviting.
I want to say morbid, but I feel like I wrote some... I wrote the Faith Healer's house feels grisly. And I understand that he has been healing these people, and I couldn't remember really going into the episode whether he was a con man or he just couldn't heal Rose. And I think that he just couldn't heal Rose and wasn't a con man, but I don't know. I think it's because it was dimly lit and they were all hanging, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no. I can see how it was unsettling. I think I liked it because it felt like more like trophies or validation. Like these are all the people that I've healed. They don't need these anymore. Yeah, and this is what I keep, or what. Which actually, now that I say it out loud,
well, you said trophies, and it was a little.
Yeah, no. I heard myself halfway through. The only thing that I have for that entire sequence in my notes, was there an Easter egg on his wall?
I don't know. I was kind of trying to look too, but like I said, I couldn't really remember how the healer thing went down, and so I was paying attention to the dialogue. I don't know.
But you know what I'm talking about? He has that wall of photos and
all
letters
kinds of stuff.
I was like, there's got to be an Easter egg in here somewhere. Yeah, that's all I could think about the entire time in that healer's office.
Yeah. I'm looking at the trivia on the thing to see if they have anything about it.
I was proud of my guy, though, because they did a good job, like, kind of subverting my expectation with Bernard. I mean, he's kind of acting like a turd from scene 1. He's getting sassy. He's, like, pissed about the food storage, and you basically set up a kitchen here, and then he turns into a terrible leader. And it feels like at one point he's, like, doesn't know how to, like, manage his emotion, and he's being mean to Rose about it. And at the very end, I wrote down, hell yeah, Bernard.
Yeah.
I'll never leave you. It's just funny, like, when the show has, like, very specific moments where you could be going through whatever you're going through in a day, and you can be mad at somebody, you can treat them, like, poorly. But then you have this moment of, no, I'm not going anywhere. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I have been such a turd or a heel for the last day is because I'm trying to get back to you. I'm trying to get back to New York. I'm trying to get you home. you know, and it's a very interesting thing. And then there was one other moment where I wrote down, have you ever lied to someone you love?
Exactly. I was just about to say that I feel like their story in this episode really kind of mirrors Jen and Sons in a lot of ways, because Jen was like that. When we first meet Jen, Jen's an asshole. And you're like, why is he talking to her like that? And why is he? And it turns out it was all because of how much he loved her and yada, yada, yada. And that's kind of the story with Bernard too. And for him to spend the whole episode like so dead set on making this SOS sign and finding a way to get people off the island and rallying people to try and get off the island. And then Rose stops him and tells him what's up. And within a second, he's like, we'll stay here forever. You're right.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love.
And I think that's a very nuanced, like, I hope that I don't butcher this, but it's a very nuanced part of human relationships. You can love someone so hard that you forget how to treat them.
Yeah.
And when you're trying so hard to love someone, you forget to listen.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like he was forgetting to listen. And he was not like respecting what because he had like tunnel vision. He had goggles on. He was like seeing only everything through what Bernard wanted to see because he knows better. He knows better about the person he's not interacting with. And that's a tough moment to realize, I think, for anybody. But yeah, it was fun to see him show his ass basically for 40 minutes and then get that kind of payoff that he was showing his ass because he was trying too hard. And that's a good thing. Trying too hard is a good thing.
It is. Let me see if there's anything else we really need to get into here. I think it's funny that obviously they touched on it later, but I do think it's funny that when Jack is getting ready to go to the line, he's like, I'm going to go meet that guy with the beard, Kate. And Kate's sitting there, the only person who knows that the beard is fake. Oh,
by the way, last week.
By the way, yeah.
We found another hatch. They have a full locker room of costumes.
Yeah.
And it has a beard. Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah,
no
whatever.
Problem.
Let's go.
He's like, when are you going to tell me? I was like, probably never, because these people on these islands, they don't communicate anything.
Right. Oh, it's so funny.
And like, I didn't even think about the fact that she knew that for a week and didn't tell anyone. Because you know how bad that would have pissed me off.
Right.
You know, that's like my thing. Nobody tells anybody anything. Her ass been sitting on this for a week.
She has been.
There's another hatch and nobody knows. It's crazy. Okay.
The only people that know are the little A-team squad that went out there.
Yeah. And Russo's nowhere to be found. I'm getting like,
Russo's back in the wind.
God, I'm getting secondhand pissed. What the fuck are we doing, guys?
It's nuts.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Jack and Kate love to stare at each other longingly in the rain. I feel like we've done that several times. We did it again this week. Get over it, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I think...
Slap parts. Get it out of your system.
Yeah. Get it out of your system.
I'm done with the urinate.
Just see what it's like. You keep going or you don't. That's just kind of the point. Here's the thing. They both look good without the rain.
Yeah, but they keep putting the rain
don't
in.
need the rain. They look good dry. You know, not all of us can say that. You know, me included.
And these meetings at ABC, they've got to be like, they look good dry. Imagine how good they'll look soaking wet in the rain.
Oh my God,
yeah,
it's terrible, especially because of the writing. It's like it's so male heavy. Like, hey,
we should get them wet.
You see that double tank top? Imagine if it was soaked. Could you imagine? The studio is going to love this.
The studio's going to love it.
Yeah.
Oh, we need more sprinklers. What's the hose budget?
Yeah, what's the hose budget? Evangeline needs all of it.
Goodness.
I mean,
just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Do they have a good chemistry if you have to get them in these dire situations to kiss and then put them in a airborne trap to build tension?
Yeah, they do. And they have
you're saying they do. I'm saying they don't, because Sawyer and Kate can just talk about a random book about a teenage girl that Sawyer should not have been reading that book. And it feels like there's actual chemistry there. These two, it's like, you know what?
Oh.
No, Godzilla needs to show up. Maybe they'll like each other.
I'm going to need you to put a moratorium on that because you don't know the kind of situations they're going to put Kate and Sawyer in just next season.
Okay.
It is more gratuitous than the net, and I can promise you that.
Okay. Wait, I'm happy to walk back all takes. That's kind of my shtick around here.
That's true. I'm just, it's funny. Next week,
Come on.
when we reconvene on Monday, we will be discussing Two for the Road, which is the 20th episode of Lost Season 2. It is a Ana Lucia episode. And I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's a good episode.
I'm in.
It's a good episode. And really, we are getting now to the finish line of season 3. We've got Two for the Road next week. After that, we'll have an Echo episode called And then
What?
It's just a question mark.
Oh. Huh?
And then after that, we will have a Michael episode called 3 Minutes. And then we will have the season finale, Live Together, Die Alone.
Okay. I'm ready. They have really... Honestly, I'm not as upset as I was a few weeks ago.
She's grown.
Yeah.
She's grown, and I like her.
Okay. All right. I got to figure out what's going on with Michael. What are we doing? I got to figure it out.
We've got a Michael episode coming up, and I bet in this next episode we'll get the aftermath of them finding him in the jungle.
When was the last time we saw Walt?
On the raft. Not counting visions in the jungle.
No, I mean season-wise. Has he been in season 2?
He was in season 2 just as
flashback
Shannon's visions.
So we haven't
seen Walt physically since season 1 when he was taken off the raft, but
I didn't realize it had been that long.
We saw Shannon was seeing him in the jungle and he was
all
wet and babbling, but no, we haven't.
Dang, I
seen Walt.
I didn't realize it was that long.
I know. We miss you, kid.
Yeah, we do.
I like speaking. Speaking of Walt, I liked it when during the Otis Redding song, Sawyer fed Vincent some of his food.
I saw that because that was one of my other thoughts. Where's Vincent been? Yeah.
Yeah, he was right there. He was eating something out of Sawyer's hand.
Claire got some royalties this episode.
Yeah.
She had a line.
She did. They gave Claire a line.
Yeah. We're jazzed.
We didn't really get much sun, but there was a clip of her laying down while Jen petted her pregnant tummy. Cute.
Yeah. Super cute. I was thinking.
You didn't seem like you thought it was super cute.
No, that's a beautiful moment between parents. It's my thought went to she's not pregnant, and there's a studio full of 100 people in the room, and they're like, okay, all right, ready? We're gonna action in 3, 2, 1. You're gonna pull up your shirt real quick, and he's gonna rub your belly.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Kim's just gonna rub your belly for a minute.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that's got to be so weird for them. That's got to be a tough scene to film.
Maybe.
And it was like her own. It was like her. She was like, oh. You love that.
Well,
it was like
I don't think it would be too. I think there's worse scenes to film than Daniel Day-Lewis rubbing your tummy.
But it's like your last.
Daniel Day-Kim.
What'd you say?
I said Daniel Day-Lewis, but he could rub my tummy.
A little Freudian slip there.
Well, like them both. Big, there will be blood guy.
She was last on the call list. It's like, hey, we're gonna need you coming at 6. And you're just gonna pull your shirt up real quick. He's gonna rub your belly, and then we're gonna get out. Here we go, get dinner. We're gonna wrap and get dinner after this.
Exactly. Jen had more to do. Jen had some moments where he spoke Korean angrily.
He was on set all day. He was locked in. She was like, so I can't eat that much today. I gotta pull my,
Shit. Tummy time.
All right, take us home.
Let's land this plane. We're going to land just kind of in the yard of Isaac's faith healer place because it's kind of out in the outback. We're not going to fly. We could fly into Sydney or Melbourne and then rent a car or whatever, but that's a lot of bullshit. So we're going to land this thing in his yard. Probably going to shake all those canes and crutches inside his house when we do it.
Creepy ass
Thank
guts.
you so much for flying with Flight 815. Join us next week when we talk about Two for the Road and Ana Lucia. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.